Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big Phone Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 45 of Winning a National Title with every team in the game. If you guys have missed the last couple episodes, up in the right-hand corner will be a playlist from episode 1 all the way to now. Of course, if you guys can't watch those videos, I understand completely. Your time is very valuable. Down in the description below will be the records of every single team that we've done so far and what seasons they have completed winning a national championship. But now, new episode means new team. That means wheel spin. So let's see who we find out here. Let's get that full screen there. There we go. And let's see who we get. Done a lot of Big Ten teams recently. And I think we're going to be going back. We are, and we get Michigan. We did Michigan State a couple episodes ago, but we're going back to the Big Ten here with Michigan. So obviously, Big Ten, back with Michigan. Like, we've done Ohio State. We've done Michigan State. We were going to get either Minnesota or Michigan on that wheel spin. We've done Maryland. We've done Rutgers. We've done Purdue. And now we're going to be getting Michigan out of the way. So, obviously, head coach, we are a master motivator, which is going to be nice. And, of course, they've been very, very good the last couple of years. So we'll have to see how the sim gods feel with us and see how they want to roll with it, I guess, with all the simulations. I don't know how Michigan does in simulation. There's been a couple of times I've seen them in national championships, and I have not seen them in national championships. But, I mean, we do have Motivator when the off-season training boost for our offensive line and running backs, along with Architect, which is going to be very, very nice, and Recruiter for offensive line and running backs. Our offensive coordinator mostly is a motivator. Does have the stuff for offensive line and running backs, and he does have Scheme Guru, which will definitely help out. And then our defense coordinator, same thing, Scheme Guru, mostly for the defensive side of the ball, and offense, or recruiter-wise, he does have stuff for the D-line, but nothing else. That's about it, that what we would want. So probably going to have to get quarterback and wide receiver ourselves whenever we get upgrades, but all in all, we'll kind of see how it goes. But obviously this roster is very, very good. 87 overall. Will Johnson, probably potential top 10 pick. Mason Graham, same thing. Although I don't know if he's in the draft this year. I think he is. I can't remember. Don Edwards, very, very good. Kenneth Grant, Colston Loveland as well as going in the draft this year. Yeah, a lot of very good players from Michigan, and we're going to have to do a lot with recruiting-wise to replace those very good players. But I'm going to go ahead and get Season 1 out of the way, and I'll see everyone at the end of Season 1 here with Michigan. And here we are in Season 1 here with Michigan. We go 10-2 on the season, ranked number 2 in the nation. However, we're not going to the conference championship. We lost to USC 49-37 in Week 4 of the season. So our two losses were apparently good losses, I guess. We beat Texas 17-10, a very close game. We ended up losing to Oregon 27-23, and they went 12-0 in the season. But we did beat Ohio State to end out the year 36-33, and it looks like in overtime. So all in all, I mean, we'll gladly take a 10-2 season. But our two losses came inside the Big Ten, and one of those was to USC and to Oregon, so we will not be making the conference championship. But we will still make the college football playoff, especially as a top 10 team. I don't know where we're going to be at once this whole season ends. We're going to be 4th, so I'm not exactly sure 100% where we're going to be playing or where we're going to be seated at. But Dylan Gabriel wins the Heisman Trophy, 3900 yards, 46 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. And we got the best punter. That's great. We're facing Liberty in the college football playoffs, so we honestly got an easier matchup here in the first round. So it's Kansas State, Oregon, Alabama, Clemson, and Liberty as the automatic qualifiers, with Michigan, NC State, Utah, Texas A&M, and Texas, and Georgia and Ohio State as the at-large bids. So, yeah, let's see how we do against Liberty. They're 12-1. We're 10-2. We are 5 overalls better than Liberty. And if we can win this, we go to play Kansas State, which would be nice. But we are going to be home as well. This is the first round. So we're starting with the ball first in the rain as well. And our first drive ends in a touchdown. We get forced a punt and then another touchdown. It's 14-0 after the end of the first quarter. And still 14 now 21-7 after they get a one-play touchdown at the half. So now Liberty begins with the ball, doesn't do anything. We don't do anything. Couple punts later, and it's going into the fourth, still a 14-point lead. 4th and 1, they do get a first down. And Liberty will make this a 7-point game, and we got a punt. So Liberty has a chance to tie, but they don't get a first, and we get a big first down and a touchdown. So that is going to do it for Liberty. Unfortunately, they cannot beat us at home. We're going to win 31-14 over Liberty, and we'll be moving on to go play Kansas State in the next round. So we will gladly take it. Moving on. Kansas State, though, is usually pretty good. We've already done Kansas State as well for winning a national championship. Can't remember what episode that was, but it's been a while now. But all in all, hopefully we can beat them here in the Sugar Bowl here in the second round. So let's get started against them. They're 12-1. We're 11-2. They're in 82. So again, we have the overall advantage. Now, if we win this game, we'd probably have to go play Oregon because Oregon usually wins the first season. Usually. There's been a couple times where it's been like Ohio State, but that's about it. Looks like we're going to start with the ball first here against Kansas State. Our first drive ends in a punt. They get a field goal. We get a field goal. So 3-3 at the end of the quarter number 1, and it's now 10-3 after Kansas State scores. Now it's 17-3, and we are struggling to find something going here for our offense. Now we get a big touchdown, but so does Kansas State. We get one just before the end of the third, so it's a 7-point game. And they had a big third down conversion, and then another one. Defense just can't get off the field. And another touchdown, and then we get one as well. Defense has to get one stop, and they do. Offense now needs to go score with a minute to go, and we turn it over. And that's going to do it, and Kansas State is going to pull off the upset from overall standpoint. And then again, overalls really don't matter in this game. They're going to beat us 31-24. And our season comes to an end in the quarterfinals. So unfortunately, not a one-and-done year for Michigan. Granted, 86, 87 overall-ish is not going to get the job done. So, all in all, coach stability does go down. Coach prestige goes down as well for some reason. And we went down to a 3.5-star prestige. Okay. Or 4.5-star prestige. And Ohio State defeats Oregon 36-33. As I was saying something, Oregon beat Kansas State 34-21. And then Ohio State destroyed Alabama 42-14. My goodness. And then, yeah. So, congrats to Ohio State and year number 1. It's going to year number 2 here now with Michigan. And in season 2 here with Michigan, we go 11-1. Only loss came inside the Big Ten, and we got to face Maryland, who went 9-3. They're ranked 5th in the nation, so if they beat us, they get a bye. And if we win, we get the number 1 seed going into the college football playoff. Our only loss came against number 7 Washington, only by 3, 37-34, in a tough battle to where it didn't go to overtime. It's just we didn't score much in the first half, but we outscored them 28-17. It was just 3 points short of a comeback win. But we beat New Mexico, beat Oklahoma, beat Central Michigan, beat Wisconsin, beat USC, beat Purdue. We did end up beating Maryland before, 14-7. We beat Northwestern 52-0. We beat Michigan State 38-14, and Purdue's 31-7. This will be a tough matchup either way. Hopefully we can get a win. If not, we're still going to the college football playoff and just playing in the first round again. But hopefully this year is going to be different. 300 points does give us number 1, and we are 12-1, so that means we did win. And we'll be getting a first-round bye in the college football playoffs, so we're already making it about the same. How did this guy get? This guy had to get receiving yards. 1 carry for 12 yards and a touchdown is player of the week. We also got coach of the year, so that's very, very nice. I think it almost always happens, and defensive coordinator or coordinator of the year once you're like number 1 in the nation. So Cade Klubnik, though, wins the Heisman, 48 touchdowns to 0 interceptions for the quarterback. We also got one of the best defensive player awards. We'll also get the best linebacker as well. We also got the best halfback, too. 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns. We had an amazing offense, apparently. There's the best linebacker award. I mean, if he won the best defender, he's going to win that, too. So, obviously, let's check out the bracket. Jacksonville State, UAB, Michigan, Georgia, and Clemson made it as the automatic qualifiers, with Texas, Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, Washington, Maryland, USC. Literally all but one of the at-large bids was a Big Ten school. Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, Washington, Maryland, and USC. Wow, that's kind of insane. That's kind of insane, but let's see who we're going to play here in season number 2. Maybe if Jacksonville State somehow beats Texas, that'd be amazing. I don't think they will. But we could add an easier one. But we're facing Penn State in the Rose Bowl here in year number 2. They beat Oregon 34-20. Texas beat Jacksonville State 52-20. My goodness. USC destroyed Maryland 49-38, and Ohio State beat Washington 27-17. So a win here. We face the winner of Texas and UAB. I don't know why that's being weird. There we go. But let's see how we do against Penn State. They're 10-3. We're 12-1 on the year. We're the exact same overall, except they do have the better defense. 89 overall, 89 offense, but they have the 90 overall defense to beat us out a little bit. And in the Rose Bowl, let's see how we do. Looks like we're going to start on offense first. Our offense scores a touchdown. Defense got to stop, then we get a field goal, so it's 10-0 at the end of the first quarter. We get another stop and then another touchdown, so it's now 24-0, now 24-3 at the half. An amazing first half by our offense and our defense. Defense allows another field goal, but it's 24-6 going into the fourth quarter. Well, we have the ball at the 12-yard line. We'll just get a field goal. Penn State, though, starting to drive, and they will be stopped on the goal line. A goal-to-go situation. They can't score. It will be over. We will beat Penn State 27-6. And we're moving on to play either UAB or Texas in the semifinal game, where we are now 1 win away from national championship appearance here with Michigan. Hopefully that can happen. That'd be nice here in season number 2, but we have to figure out where we're going to be playing, or who we're going to be playing here. If it's UAB, I highly expect us to beat them and move on, but if it's Texas, it's going to be a tough battle either way. We got a Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week, 4 catches, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. And we are going to be facing Texas in the Fiesta Bowl. So that one is going to be, this again, like I said, tough battle coming up here. But yeah, let's see how we do against them. 11-3, 13-1 on the season. They're an 89. We went down to an 88, so someone got hurt because we were an 89. So someone did get hurt on the offense to drop us down a couple overalls. But hopefully that's not going to take away from anything here. So looks like we're going to start with the ball first as well. And our offense puts up a touchdown. And we get a turnover, and it's 14-0 in the first quarter. Going into the second, we put up another touchdown. It's 28-0 at the, not even at the first, it's 31-0 at the half. Michigan is looking to win in year number 2. It's 34-0. I think we just go next quarter. I don't even think we got to pay attention to this. I mean, it's 34. They scored at the final couple minutes of the game. We're going to blow out Texas to move on to the national championship game 34-7. Wow. Especially with the lower overall, apparently. Our offense looked better in these last two games. So we'll be moving on to play the winner of Ohio State and USC. It's going to be a Big Ten matchup. I mean, there was a high chance that we got a Big Ten matchup because all the at-large bids are pretty much Big Ten besides one, and it was Texas. But now we're back up to an 89, so I don't know why it went down to an 88. But we're going to be playing Ohio State, who we played at the end of the year, and beat them. I think, what was the score on that one? It was 13-10, a low-scoring game, but they had a very high-scoring game against USC where they won 54-52 in that matchup in overtime. USC came all the way back down 14-6. Dang, USC almost came all the way back. Sorry, I read that wrong. I apologize. I'm only dumb sometimes. Anyways, let's see how we do against Ohio State. They're 12-3. We are 14-1, and they're at 89. They're at 90. So overall advantage. I don't know why we went down one over. I'm guessing someone got hurt for only the week, and that's why we didn't have like a better team, I guess. But hopefully our offense can show up just like they did the last two games. We're going to start with the ball first as well, and we punt. Ohio State turns it over. Multiple punts. It's only 3-0 after the end of the first quarter. So both offenses struggling here before they get a field goal, then a safety. It's 19-0 at the half. We got our work cut out for us. Defense gets a stop, and then a turn, and back-to-back turnovers. It's now 19-14 here in the fourth. So the defense has really stepped up. We put up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to go up 3. We get a huge sack, and that means they have to punt the football. And on a big 3rd and 7, we can't get much. All they need is a field goal to tie, and they will do it. Under 2 to go. All we need is a field goal to win, and we have a 1st and goal and a field goal with 6 seconds to go, and Michigan has done it in 2 seasons off a major 19-0 comeback at the half. We only give up 3 points the rest of the game. 25-22 win in the national title. A lot different than the 13-10 game we had at the end of the season. But man, oh man. Michigan has been completed. Another Big Ten team. I think what that means is we're almost halfway done with the Big Ten. I don't think we're halfway. We're getting close, though. We are getting close. But yeah, 19-0 at the half when we scored 25 points in the second half, but only give up 3. Defense really stepped up in that game. And that is the reason why we won this game. But as you know, we saw a couple people get awards this season with best defender and best running back and the best punter. Wait, was that last year? I can't remember at this point. Even though it was like a couple minutes ago. Alex, almost 2,900 yards, 36 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Rushing-wise, Taylor, 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns. Alex also ran for 600 for 6 touchdowns, and Daniels 192 and 6 as well on the season. Receiving-wise, Morris and Morgan both had Morris almost had 800, and Morgan had over 7. Both had 8 touchdowns, and Frederick Moore had 9 touchdowns with 461 yards. On our main tight end, 485 with 6 touchdowns. Defensive-wise, Barham had 74 tackles, led the team. Houseman had 6 tackles for a loss and 19 sacks that led the team. Hillman and Jones both had 3 picks. Edmond and Mangham had 9 deflections. Barry led the team with forced fumbles and recoveries. We had 1 blocked kick, no safeties, and no defensive touchdowns. Zavada, I think that's how you say, had 1 extra point blocked. He did miss a couple field goals. He was actually only 17 for 25. And punting-wise, it was not the best punter. Okay, that was last year. 2,000 yards, 10 inside the 20. Only 2 touchbacks. It's actually pretty good. Kick return, we did have 1 kick return for a touchdown. I'm guessing that's how this guy won that one time with the Player of the Week, because it was a kick return for a touchdown. Punt returns was 0. But that's going to do it for the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. I know it's a little bit of a quicker one than normal. But if you guys did, hit that like button down below. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll be back on Friday and then back with Monday, Wednesday, Friday again for next week. Maybe a video here and there for Tuesday or Thursday. Just not sure. By the time I think I'm going to be uploading this, there's like a big storm coming where I'm living. So I might not have power for a couple days, and hopefully I can get Friday's video out on Friday. So all in all, hope you guys stay safe, have fun, and have a great day. I'm out. Peace.